Let's get it started indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to Playland Ice Casino for today's UCHC Women's Hockey Showdown between the 6-5-1 Manhattanville Valiants and the 3-9-2 Chatham Cougars. Valiants coming in 3-2 in UCHC play. The Cougars coming in 0-7. These two teams doing battle just last night. Manhattanville coming out with a 7-2 victory, thanks in large part to Carly Kapoor's first career hat trick for the senior out of Sparta, New Jersey. We are just moments away from puck drop here this afternoon. Steve Sheridan on the snack computer today. You can go to govaliants.com and follow the live stream all afternoon long. This is the final game of a 3-game homestand for Manhattanville, dropping a 4-2 decision to St. Anselm on Wednesday. And again, that 7-2 victory last night over these very Cougars. Melissa Sties and Kira Jean Frost for the Cougars will take the opening face-off here. And we are underway. Manhattanville will control. Loose puck kept across the blue line by the Cougars. And instantly a whistle for an offsides. And just 12 seconds gone, we have our first stoppage of the game. Starters for both teams remain on the ice, so Sties and Frost will do it once again from just outside the blue line. Sties wins that to Kapoor, knocks it back to Molnar. Bellow top head for Braden James. Looking for Kapoor, pass deflected. And controlled briefly by the Cougars. Try to get it in, but Molnar quickly clears it back for Manhattanville. Cougars will dump in and chase as Bajaka plays that one off to the side. Pelowitz will control once again and set up. Looking ahead for Sties, off her stick. Puck comes back to Pelowitz. Pelowitz circles back the other way. And a big hit on Braden James. No whistle, play on, says our referees. Sties applying Loeb's applying some pressure for the Valiants. Zhu looks to keep it in. Here's Mency. Mency's shot goes just wide. Well, Mency, of course, the leading scorer on this Manhattanville team. 10 goals, including 1 in the victory last night. Mency adding an assist last night as well. Now up to 17 points on the season is the junior Adam Amernick. Maeve O'Brien with it now. We've seen her speed this season. She can go coast to coast without an issue. O'Brien will dump it in. Devin Strachan, the starting goalie today for the Cougars, plays it off to the side. Sydney Isbell, last night's starter for the Cougars, getting the day off. The Cougars carry it back, played along the boards. Now pass brought back in the zone, and a shot goes just wide off the stick of Ashley DeFusco. Comes back out, played towards the front. Out of the stick of Sinning. Morgan Will controls alongside. Leaves it back for Sinning. Sinning looked for Wilm in front, but the pass unable to connect. Valiant's able to keep it in the zone for now. Sitting around the goal in front. Pass knocked away, and the Cougars will clear. Bahia Chun will dump and head to the bench for a line change as the loose puck comes back for Ellis Smith. She'll play it along the boards a little too far in front of Wilm, as Lindsay Galloway will play it back into the zone for the Cougars. Valiants do control, however. Cougars again playing Bit of a dump and chase game early on here. Loose puck comes out and briefly controlled by Ken. Had it taken right off her stick by Marissa Janiga. And the puck brought out of the zone now by Wilm. Wilm up the left side. Wilm waits. Now looking for Madison Gino. Coming in up the middle, but pass knocked all the way back and played once again back in by Manhattanville as the Cougars poke it right back out of the zone and will look to reset themselves here. Pelowitz now across to Molnar. Molnar across the blue line. Lost it briefly as she crossed center ice, but Clark will dump it behind Strachan, who comes out of the crease to play it. Clark had it for a moment, lost it off the boards as the Cougars will race back here. Sydney Collins with it now. She'll play it along the boards. Bajaka gave it a look, but will let it go. For Pelowitz. Pelowitz plays it all the way back to the far side and controlled by Clark. Clark looked to play it off the boards for Pelowitz. Chatham will keep it in here, but only briefly as Gino will corral. Jennifer Machen's path a little too far in front of Gino and Clark. Gino heads to the bench for a line change. Sandra Peterson, Chatham's leading scorer. 9 goals, 11 assists, 1 of each last night. Briefly had it for a second, but Manhattanville will play once again. O'Brien, we mentioned the speed, showing it off right now. O'Brien's shot from outside the blue line, knocked away by Strachan. Ashley Lohe plays it behind Strachan. Peterson back to play it. As Steve Sheridan mentioned last night, Peterson, a goalie turned defenseman, turned team's leading scorer. Not so often you see a team's leading goal scorer coming from the blue line, but Peterson breaking a tie with Cassie Colhoun last night with that 9th goal. Cougars control the offensive zone on the near side. Loose puck behind the Manhattanville net. Briefly put up by Stice. Dangerous deflection towards the middle. Thankfully for the Valiants, Lougheed in the vicinity to clear it out of harm's way for the time being. Chatham looked to play it back in there, but the pass a bit behind Chung as the Cougars will head for a line change once again. Pass dumped in, controlled by Mency. Looked ahead for Zhu, pass deflected away. Mency up to corral it once again. We've seen Mency show some superb stick handling abilities this season, including last night. We'll look for more of that here today. As Lopes carries it in. Lopes' shot deflected. Comes all the way back for Smith. Smith looked for Mency in front. Mency with a wraparound. And Strachan with an outstanding save, getting all the way across our crease as Mency off the pass that looked to go off the side of the net. Nearly gave Manhattanville a 1-0 lead here, but with 13:36 to go in the first, we are still in a scoreless draw here. Face-off controlled briefly by Peterson. Looked to play it off the boards to herself, but Manhattanville will keep it in. Cougars play it back. Pelowitz controls. Across from Molnar, now ahead for Zhu. Zhu had it knocked away from behind. Again, Peterson plays it off the boards. And again, Manhattanville corrals. Ever briefly, though, as Colhoun keeps it in. But her pass immediately lifted, and a lob pass there. Beautifully executed by Lopes for Mency. Mency taken down. We have a whistle here as Mency a little slow to get up, but now rises to her feet. As we have our first penalty of the game here. Our clock cam knocked a little askew, but rest assured, it is a Manhattanville power play here as Galloway heads to the box for that trip on Mency. Face-off coming to Strachan's left. Stice to take for the Valiants. Chatham had it for a moment, but Lowy keeps it in the zone. Sinning controls now. Nice spin move to evade the defender. In on Shrichan. Her shot goes just wide. As the puck cleared out of the zone, Manhattanville will need to vacate for the time being. Lowy back to control, leaves it for O'Brien. O'Brien crossing left to right. Ahead. Might have gone off a poor skate, and Frost took advantage and knocks it back out of the zone, forcing Lowy to go back and retrieve. Lowy all the way back behind her net. Started right, now comes back left. Goes ahead for Sinning. Sinning, a nice move to get around Collins. Cross for O'Brien. She'll just play it around. Sinning and Styes both in the area. The puck comes back for Lougheed. Cross. Sinning plays it off the boards. So the pass comes all the way back around, and a whistle here, stopping at the clock with 11:52 left in this opening period and 51 seconds on the Galloway penalty. This up coming to Shrichan's right. Manhattanville coming in 21.7% on the season. 0 for 3 on the power play in the 7-2 win last night. Manhattanville outscoring Chatham 7-0 at full strength last night. Both of Chatham's goals coming on their power play opportunities. Chatham finishing 2 for 3 on the man advantage last night as Lopes carries it in. Started towards the middle, now goes behind Shrichan. So looking back in front. Look for Pelowitz. But the pass a little too strong as Chatham will clear once again. Manhattanville should have time for about one more rush with 15 seconds left on the first man advantage of the day as Zhu brings it in. Zhu crossing the left, stops, comes back. And for Mency. Power play ends, but Manhattanville briefly keeping it in the zone. Pass ahead now controlled by Janiga. Janiga with Calhoun trailing. Now Calhoun and a Pajaka. Save made. Rose Pajaka, who made a number of outstanding saves last night. Another one right there. It's Calhoun with an opportunity from up close coming in with a full head of steam on that one. But Pajaka keeps it out. And we are still knotted at 0 here as the soft shot by Emma McFarlane is steered wide by Pajaka. McFarlane keeps it in the zone, lays it off the boards. Comes just behind Pajaka's right. Puck now played back to the near side. Might have been looking for James, but Chatham keeping the pressure on here as O'Brien kind of looks to clear, plays it off the board for James. James has it poked away. A nice move there by McFarlane, poking it to herself. She will dump it in on Pajaka and head to the bench as Chatham will change the line once again. With the size, had it for the moment off the boards as it comes all the way out to the far side of the ice. Now rolls back towards center as Chatham controls once again. Chung. Is it for Jones? Jones in. And possibly before the shot, I'm not quite sure. We have a whistle stopping clock with 9:26 in this opening period. The faceoff will come just outside of the Chatham offensive zone here. Sinning and Calhoun to take. As Sinning wins it back for Pelowitz. Kent leaves it for Sinning. Sinning's got Wilm to her left. But went to the far side, and we have a Chatham player who lost a stick and a glove on that one. Chatham comes away with that one as the pass a little too far in front of Calhoun. Molnar plays it off the boards, but Chatham plays it right back. Sinning back behind her own blue line to corral that one. Those are across for Pelowitz. Pelowitz, one of the 7 goals last night for Manhattanville. As Chatham finally comes away with it. McFarlane poked it ahead. Molnar looking to clear, but Madison Black will keep it in briefly for the Cougars. Ken plays it off the boards to herself. She'll cross, got Sinning to her right. It was a cross for Sinning, a little too far out in front. Nice idea there by Kent. Just a little too far in front of her fellow Valiant senior. It's O'Brien with some beautiful stick handling there, showing the speed as well. In on Strachan, her shot deflected. Loose puck in front. Valiants cannot take advantage of the rebound, although O'Brien comes back to poke it free. We'll leave it for Gino, who throws it back for Lougheed. Nice job there by O'Brien hustling back, although Chatham now in on Pajaka. Shot might have been blocked by Lougheed there. Chatham briefly controls as Frost throws one in front. O'Brien a little unsure of what to do on that one. We've seen O'Brien herself score on a shot very much like that this season. Shot that was looking well wide but redirected off a defender's skate and in. O'Brien not taking any chances on that last one as Chatham plays it in. We approached 7 minutes remaining. Loose puck in front. No one knows where the puck was, and fortunately for the Valiants there, Michelle Jones, who found herself about 5 feet in front of Pajaka with no one around her, unable to convert. We remain scoreless here. Clock goes under 7 minutes now. Again, loose puck in front. Knocked away. Looked like a potential tripping call there, but in any case, Mency with the wrist shot and a nice glove save by Devin Strachan. So both teams finding opportunities early on here, but Pajaka and Strachan now each with several outstanding saves. As it appears, Cougars will be switching things up here. The face-off coming to Strachan's left. Face-off corralled by the Valiants. Molnar across for Pelowitz. Pad save by Strachan. Lopes controls, throws it back for Pelowitz again. Pelowitz might have been looking for Zhu that time. Pass Loeb behind. Puck comes all the way back. Molnar comes up to keep it in. Zhu threw one a little too far in front of Mency. Mency will chase in the near corner. Comes all the way back for Zhu. Zhu plays it in. Mency unable to get it off the boards. Cougars still looking to clear the zone here as the Valiants keeping their foot firmly on the pedal here these last few minutes. There's a loose puck. Comes from Mency. Leaves back for Pelowitz. Lopes that one go under her skate for Molnar. Molnar shot. Not sure if that was wide or saved by Strachan. In any case, there was a brief continuation of play prior to that whistle. Looked like an illegal hand pass, according to our referee. Clock stopped with 5:27 left in the opening period. 4-3, the shot advantage for Manhattanville. As Kent keeps it in the zone for the Valiants. Wilm corrals, throws it off the boards, but no Valiants at home. As Peterson plays it off the boards. O'Brien keeps it in the relative zone, but Peterson comes up once again, and she will carry it out this time. A nice move to get around Sinning that time. Peterson still with it. Peterson throws it in front, pass knocked behind the goal by Sinning. Sinning throws it ahead, deflected pass, finds its way to Lougheed. Lougheed up ahead. Here's Kent. Kent shot, save made by Strachan. Wilm throws it in front, Frost plays it off the board, another shot. Another save by Strachan. Cassie Kent with 2 opportunities in the last, 15 seconds or so. But Strachan with 2 more outstanding saves. Strachan coming in a 4.82 goals against average on the season. But playing like someone with about a 1.82 goals against average so far here today. James' shot goes wide. Braden James letting one rip there. Loose puck played across the boards. Fusco giving chase. Chung keeps it in, however, for the Cougars. James with a dangerous play there, trying to get Jones out of the way. But the refs letting them play here early on. Again, just the 1 penalty here as we have surpassed 16 minutes gone here in this one. Chatham and Manhattanville, UCHC action today from Playland Ice Casino. Final game of the weekend series for the 2 teams. Manhattanville again winning 7-2 last night on the strength of a Carly Kapoor hat trick, with Lopes, Pelowitz, Mency, and Machin joining her on the score sheet. Valiant's getting at least 1 goal from every member of their class, freshman through senior, last night. A too many men on the ice penalty for Chatham will put Manhattanville on their 2nd power play of the day. Faceoff coming to Strachan's right. Referee almost gets knocked down off the faceoff, able to maintain his footing, however. As Manhattanville corrals here. Pelowitz for Zhu. Loose puck back to Pelowitz. Her shot through traffic. Blocked and cleared out of the zone. Lindsay Galloway getting in the way of that last wrister by Pelowitz. Pelowitz brings it up the left here, plays it off the boards. Styes applying some pressure here for the Valiants. Peterson controls, throws it off the boards. Molnar might have gotten a stick on that one, but unable to keep it in the zone, as both teams will head out for line changes here as Bajaka out of her crease to play it. Pelotto's head for Sinning. Halfway gone on this power play are the Valiants. Puck played in, Lopes giving chase. Sinning will keep in the zone. Faked it past to Ken. Sinning shot goes just wide. Might have been blocked aside there by Strachan. As the puck comes back for Lougheed. Lougheed for Mency. Mency in. Mency shot might have been deflected, but kept in the zone by O'Brien. On O'Brien's shot into Strachan's breadbasket. 21 seconds left on the power play. 1:59 left here in this first period. Faceoff coming to Strachan's left. Loose puck behind the net. Comes out for Lougheed. She'll play it back in. 10 seconds left on the power play here. Loose puck comes back for Lougheed. Lougheed throws one on net. Knocked aside by Strachan, and that will do it. As the Cougars kill their second penalty of the game as the shot in front goes wide. Looked like Lougheed taking that last one. Valiants at full strength, keeping it in the zone, however. As Lougheed keeps that one in. Puck behind the net. Mency applying pressure, but the Cougars will play it off the boards here. Puck comes back behind Strachan. Mency again plays it out. Here's Ken with a slapper. Looked like that went wide as Kent able to keep it in the zone here as we are under the 1 minute mark. Might have been O'Brien actually taking that last shot, not Kent. As O'Brien's second shot goes wide as Molnar's slapper knocked down and cleared out of the zone. As Pelowitz, fresh in off a line change, will play that one ahead for Kent. Molnar keeps in the zone if you're under 25 seconds here in this opening period. Chance now for Chatham in on Pajaka. Shot, save, and the rebound goes in. That looked like Marissa Janiga off the initial shot by Block. We'll await the official word here. But Chatham, in the final 11 seconds of the period, grabbed the 1-0 lead. So after a rather back and forth period where, if anything, the offensive momentum was favoring Manhattanville, it is Chatham who will take a 1-0 lead here to the second period. And despite a 12-5 shot advantage, Manhattanville will once again start the second period down 1-0. We are going to step aside here for a few minutes. We will be back with the second period. You are listening to Manhattanville Women's Hockey here at GoValiants.com. Don't go anywhere. 1-0. Chatham over Manhattanville. As we head to the second period here at Playland Ice Casino on the strength of Marissa Janiga's second goal of the season in the final 11 seconds of that opening period. An opening period in which the Valiants ended with a 12-5 shot advantage. Adam Ryder back with you here from Playland Ice Casino in a sunny Rye, New York. Those markings at the bottom of your screen. Sunshine reflecting in through the stained glass ceiling here at the Playland Ice Casino. As we are moments away from starting the second period here. Again, a UC-HC matchup. Manhattanville coming in tied with Utica for fourth in the conference with a 3-2 record. Chatham coming in 0-7 in conference play. The teams will switch sides here. Manhattanville now going from left to right. The Cougars from right to left on whatever screen you may be viewing this on. And we thank you again for spending any part of your Saturday with us here at GoValiants.com. As Styes and Frost were set to take the opening faceoff. Styes kicked out. Kapoor take her spot as Frost wins as we are underway here in this second period. Loose puck brought in by Kapoor. Kapoor in front for Styes. Nice defense there to keep it out as Molnar, not sure if she was trying to take a wild shot or just keep it in the zone. She succeeded in keeping it in the zone for the time being as puck played around. Off the boards, Pelowitz tried to keep it in, but the puck squeezed through all the way back for Molnar. We'll take it all the way behind Pajaka and reset for Manhattanville here. Kapoor tried to play it off the boards for Styes. Kapoor gets it on the redirect. Ahead now for Lopes. Lopes got Molnar trailing now in the middle. Pass a little too far behind Molnar. The Valiants will have to quickly regroup here. As Cougars back into the blue. Ross got a stick on that one, but only able to knock it wide as Mency gathers here. Mency tried to play it off the boards, but the deflection able to throw off O'Brien's timing long enough to force an offsides. Stopping clock with 18:55 here as the faceoff will come out of just outside the blue line, excuse me. As Zhu beats Calhoun there in the battle of the nines at the face-off circle. Puck comes back for Lougheed. Lougheed throws around. Mency possesses. Throws it all the way back for O'Brien. All the way across the ice. Right up for Lopes, back to Lougheed. Lougheed had it blocked aside. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Puck controlled on the near side. By Mency, comes away with it. Mency, shot denied by Strachan. Zhu had it for a moment, then lost it. Calhoun dumps it in. Cougars will chase. Cougars maintain the puck here. Is the puck in front? Still controlled for the moment by the Cougars, but the shot there by McFarland knocked away and comes all the way back out for Mency. Kent Puck's on the breaks right at the blue line to avoid the offsides there. Kent and Zhu in the vicinity for the Valiants, but the Cougars come away from that pile up on the boards with the puck. Comes all the way back for Smith for Manhattanville. Cross for the Fusco. Fusco in just her 6th game this season for Manhattanville. Freshman out of Cranston, Rhode Island. Fusco shot. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass, actually. In any case, it is knocked wide. Lions try to keep it in the zone here. Wilm goes to the boards, but the Cougars able to play it back around. Kent, however, the first one to it for Manhattanville. This puck finally taken out of the zone as McFarland plays it all the way down the ice. And we will come all the way back into the Manhattanville offensive zone for the face-off following the icing call. 16:51 left in the second period again. 1-0 Chatham. Richard Janiga scoring in the final 11 seconds of the opening period. Right off the face-off, the shot from Lopes. It was in traffic, not sure if Strachan or a defender able to stop that one. As you almost came away from that pile with it. Lopes really had it poked away. Lopes will chase down. Briefly bodied off the puck, but stays with the play. Molnar tried to throw it in front. But it comes all the way back for Pelowitz as Molnar will retreat behind her own blue line here. Throw it ahead for Lopes. Lopes got Mency to her right, Jus to her left. Lopes lead for Mency. Mency in, her shot. And a save made by Strachan, squeezing every possible part of her body there to ensure no rebounds, with a number of Valiants in prime position there for a rebound opportunity. 16:06 left in the second here. Frost and Styes take the face of Strachan's right. As James throws it all the way across off the boards. For O'Brien. Left it for Styes. James plays it off the boards. O'Brien keeps it in for the Valiants. O'Brien for Kapoor. Try to throw it in front. Knocked right back to Kapoor. Puck not coming to the near side. And thrown back to the far side. Cougars looking to clear the zone, and they will. Lowy trying to race after for an icing call, which she will indeed draw. 15:28 left in the second period as into the faceoff coming to Strachan's right. Styes and Frost will take once again. Frost listed at just 4'11". Styes at 5'8", so quite the size difference between those two as Styes keeps it in the zone, throws it across for Molnar. Molnar might have been looking for James. So the pass comes all the way back for Pello, tries to play it behind her own net off the boards. And McFarland throws one wide. Tracked down by Pelowitz. Pelowitz plays ahead for Kapoor. Kapoor might have gone under James's stick there. James now deflects off the near side boards right under our broadcast station here at the Playland Ice Casino. That pass for Kapoor went off her skate. And Kapoor herself will skate off as the Valiants will change things up here. Puck comes all the way back for Brijaka. She'll play it off the boards. Who was keeping the pressure on the Valiants here. As Gino stops on a diamond, coming back behind her own net here to the near side. There's it for Kent. Now Machin. Machin briefly bodied off the puck. A dangerous pass towards Strachan, corralled by Galloway. Valiants with two players in prime position there for what would have been essentially a 2-on-0 break, but Galloway able to get in the middle of things there. So Cougars will come back here as the backhander from Collins goes wide. As both Collins and Clark go spiraling down. Nice job there by Gino blocking the wraparound attempt. As now the Valiants look to clear the zone. This puck thrown ahead behind Machin. Puck dumped back in by Galloway. The late offsides on the Cougars, who will leave and Smith ahead now for Machen. She will just dump and head out for another Manhattanville line change. So the Valiants again, 7 goals last night. None thus far here this afternoon. Opportunities have been there as O'Brien, nice move playing off the boards again, showing off that speed, wins the chase, much to the delight of the Manhattanville bench. Is sending a nice move, throws it across for Pelowicz, just a little too far in front. Sending some nice puck in there, getting around Jones. As the puck played out of the zone by the Cougars, Sinning almost lost an edge there, has to regroup. And throws it off for Pelowicz. She'll play it off the boards for Wilm. Wilm's got Kent to her right. Morgan Wilm behind, straight chance, stops. Goes back. Kent's getting out front, throws it across for Molnar. Molnar to Sinning. Sinning waits. Sinning in front. Wilm shot goes wide. It's Kent's shot. Also kept out. Wilm with it behind the net. Tried to throw a pass. Whiffed on the initial attempt, and the second intercepted by the Cougars. As Janiga, the lone goal scorer tonight, brings it in. Her shot. Save made by Pajaka. Janiga bidding for her second there, but Pajaka keeping it 1-0. With 11:30 remaining here in this second period. Molnar tried to keep it in, couldn't. Janiga once again with Sinning skating back to assist Lougheed as Pajaka sticks that one wide. O'Brien some more, or excuse me, Lopes with a nice move there to create some space, but puck knocked away. Mency tried to keep it in, couldn't. Mency comes back and throws it across for Smith. Smith off the boards, a little too far in front of Zhu. Zhu staying with the play. Manhattanville keeps it in the zone here for a brief moment as it's immediately poked out as Pelowicz will give chase with Janiga. Applying pressure and now heading to the bench as Pelowicz plays it behind her own net. Lopes is still getting caught up in a Chatham player there. So Cougars once again keeping the pressure on here. Puck behind the net, controlled by Pelowicz. Lopes' pass ahead for Mency. Mency into the zone. He's got Zhu to her right. Mency in front. Zhu redirects. And a save made by Strachan. Nicole Mency, who we talked about earlier, has shown puck handling ability to go 1-on-5 at times this season. With the unselfish pass there as Zhu nearly had the equalizer, but Strachan equal to the task as the face-off kept in the zone. Steve Sheridan informing me that was more than 5 minutes between stoppages. As Kapoor's shot knocked aside by Strachan. 5 minutes, an awful long time to go without a stoppage. So interesting to see how the next few minutes play out here as both teams regroup. As Stiza's shot knocked aside by Strachan. Kapoor's shot knocked right back to her. We're taking that shot from a very difficult angle. Might have been looking for potential rebound. O'Brien throws on head for Mency. Mency now back to O'Brien. O'Brien back for Lougheed. Lougheed's shot goes wide. Mency in the area. Try to throw one on net. Knocked over the goal. The Valiants look to keep things in here. But the puck finally goes out as Lougheed goes down. No whistle. Mency comes back. Her shot. My goodness, the speed on that slap shot. Loose puck comes back now for Pelowicz. is for Mency. Mency got around the first two defenders, could not get by the last two. Molnar knocks it loose, tries to keep it in. She will as Lopes the first to it. Plays it around as Lions head out for at least a partial line change. The Futsko unable to keep that one in the zone. Molnar back to retreat as the Valiants will regroup here. Molnar throws it ahead, no one in the vicinity, as it will be an icing call with 8:12 left here in the second period. The Valiants, again, with an 18-8 shot advantage, are finding their opportunities, but Strachan keeping them off the scoreboard through the first almost 32 minutes of this one. Here's the shot in front for Pajaka. Save made off the stick of Peterson. Rebound behind the net, loose. Chatham looking to keep it in. Molnar, I believe, in the vicinity to briefly clear the zone, but Chatham keeping it from crossing even center ice here. The Valiants finally come away with it. It's Kent. There's a net for Wilm. Wilm, a nice ballet-esque move to evade the defender there. Wilm stops, comes back again. For Wilm. Wilm in front. Sitting on the doorstep. Denied by a team defensive effort there by the Cougars. As O'Brien comes back. O'Brien from beyond the blue line lets one rip. Strachan steers that one wide. Sitting. Look for James out in front. Comes back. Throws one in front for the Fusco. Pass goes to the far side now. Back to the near side. Styes for Kent. Like a little too far out in front. James briefly able to keep it in, but the Cougars clear once again. That comes back to O'Brien. O'Brien. Pass knocked aside. O'Brien nearly got a stick on that one following the play. But comes all the way back as Loki will give chase. So O'Brien and Mency showing off their slap shots here today. O'Brien scoring on a slap shot that probably could have been heard from her hometown of Chicago, Illinois against St. Anselm on Wednesday. One of the two goals in Manhattanville's 4-2 loss to the Division II Hawks. As the Cougars look to keep it in, the shot from a difficult angle goes wide. As Kapoor applies some pressure here for the Valiants. Boss looks to clear for the Cougars. Zhu briefly kept in the zone and now barely does once again as Zhu throws one in front and just out in front of Mency. So we saw Mency nearly hitting Zhu for the equalizer earlier, and Zhu nearly hitting Mency for the equalizer on that last Manhattanville rush. As Lopes comes away with it, Lopes couldn't get around Jones. Puck comes back for Pelowitz. Pelowitz across for Zhu, lost it momentarily. Puck play behind with Mency flying in to apply some pressure here. Zhu keeps it in, back to Pelowitz. Pelowitz faked, has it knocked out of the zone, and now the Cougars will head back the other way. 2-on-2, shot on Pajaka, save made. That looked like Collins, who started and finished that rush. As the clock stops with 4:59 here in the second. Again, for those of you who are just joining us or who joined us a little bit late, Marissa Janiga, the lone goal here in this one. UCHC matchup from Playland Ice Casino today, Manhattanville and Chatham. Chatham looking for their first conference win of the season. As Sitting carries it in. Sitting briefly knocked off the puck. No whistle from our referee as the shot from a difficult angle is saved by Strachan. So Sitting got tangled up there, both her stick and her person. But the referees letting them play thus far. I believe there's been a mere 2 penalties called here in more than 35 minutes of action this afternoon. Sitting in Calhoun, we're set to take the face-off. The straight change left. Calhoun kicked out of the face-off circle. The Valiants look to keep it in the zone right at the blue line. The Cougars will indeed come away with it. Puck thrown ahead, corralled by O'Brien. O'Brien ahead for Kent. Kent looking for Sinning, pass a little too much towards the middle. Sinning coming up the right side there. As O'Brien is passed just in front of Wilm there, as Manhattanville might have had Chatham caught on a line change there, had that pass connected. As Chatham comes back once again. Shot gloved out of the air by Pajaka. As Chatham now looks to keep in the zone right at their blue line. Well, briefly comes out, but Chatham controls once again as Janiga just throws it towards the far side. Pelowitz comes away with it, starts the rush, crossing near side to far side. So with Pelowitz, throws it in front, and might have been redirected by Kent, but the save made nonetheless by Strachan. And even 20 saves tonight for the sophomore out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. We mentioned again the 4.82 goals against average coming in. And 884 save percentage. Both those numbers on pace. Well, I should say the goals against average on pace to shrink. The save percentage on pace to skyrocket for the time being. The face-off controlled by the Cougars. Smith cannot keep it in his own. Molnar back to retrieve for Manhattanville. Pass intercept by the Cougars as they bring it back into the zone. Pile up on the near side. Puck finally comes free back to Peterson. Peterson lets one rip wide of the mark as Molnar went sliding to try and stop that one. Smith plays it back. Molnar back on her feet. Throws it ahead as Chatham plays it right back around. Looks to keep it in the zone here. As a good 5 or 6 bodies on the far side here fighting for possession. Smith finally comes away with it for Manhattanville. Molnar back for Smith as one of our referees jumps out of the way. Stiles brings it in. You got James and Kapoor on her right. Puck knocked away. Stiles back to retrieve. Stiles might have gotten caught up in the defenders there as the puck comes back for O'Brien. O'Brien up the left. Now crosses back to the right side. O'Brien threw one in front. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot from a near impossible angle, but the Valiants maintain once again. Ajou throws it in front for James. Got tangled up. Shot goes wide. Pelowitz lets one rip wide. Under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Valiants still looking for their first goal and the equalizer here in this one. Nouns coming in averaging 3.1 goals per game on the season. As we have a whistle here before Pelowitz knocks Peterson off her feet. Clock stop with an even 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Face-off will come from just outside the Manhattanville offensive zone here. Puck played off the boards by the Cougars. Slipped by Sinning, but Sinning able to get a stick on it and poke it back to Loid, who pokes one ahead for Molnar. Puck dumped in by the Cougars. Lions will look to clear the zone here. Sinning again, getting tangled up with a Cougar as the puck brought out of the zone here by Machin. Machin tried to throw in for Sinning as the physicality picking up just a little bit here in the final minute now of the second period. Loose puck in front, save made by Pajaka. That coming from McFarland from just inside the blue line. Cougars maintain here. Thrown in front. Gino might have gotten in front of that one. Loose puck again in front. Cougars again with a number of opportunities on the doorstep. But Pajaka stopping all of them thus far. Still just a 1-0 game here. As Molnar looked to clear the zone, but the Cougars keep it in here. Under 15 seconds left in the period. Cougars scored in the final 11 seconds of last period. And looking for their second here today as we have a whistle with 5.3 seconds. We have a penalty upcoming here for holding. We'll await the official word on whom. It is on Sinning. So the Cougars on the power play here is the shot right off the face-off. All of 3 seconds expiring there. 1.5 left in the period. And another shot and another save by Pajaka. Not sure if there was an official horn or not, but the team's skating off, and that will do it here for the second period. As the Cougars will take a 1-0 lead to the third period here. And a near complete reverse of the situation we saw last night, where Manhattanville took the lead early and controlled the entire game. Chatham, again off Janiga's goal at the end of the first, 20 minutes away from their first conference win of the season. For now, we are going to step aside for a few minutes, and we will be back for the third period. 1-0 Cougars over the Valiants. Don't go anywhere. 1-0 Chatham over Manhattanville. As we are a few minutes away from the start of the third period here at Playland Ice Casino in Rye, New York. Thank you once again to all of you who have joined us for any part of today's game. We know there are a number of entertainment options available, so we thank you for spending your time with us here at GoValiants.com. For Manhattanville, this an extremely important game for UCHC purposes, as of the 4 teams currently ahead or tied with the Valiants, Manhattanville yet to play 3 of the 4, with William Smith, Elmira, and Utica series all to come in the next month or so. The Elmira and William Smith series, by the way, Elmira and William Smith 1-2 in the conference right now. Elmira 7-0, William Smith 4-0-2. Both those series on the road. Utica will be at home. In fact, that's the next home UCHC matchup for the Valiants, set for Friday and Saturday, February 2nd and 3rd. So you look at a team like Chatham coming in 0-7, you think it's a win they are likely going to get and a win they very likely need. But again, the Valiants just 20 minutes away from dropping a key UCHC battle as we are underway here in the final period. Teams once again switching sides. Valiants once again going right to left. Cougars are once again going left to right. As Peterson carries across, briefly across the blue line for the Cougars. Puck comes all the way back, as Ken will give chase for the Valiants here. Puck on the far side, controlled again by the Cougars. Reminder that Chatham is still on the power play from the sitting penalty near the end of the second period. So less than a minute to go on the man advantage now for the Cougars. They again scored both of their goals last night, on the man advantage, going 2-4-3 on those power play opportunities as the rocket pass off the board there by O'Brien. It's all the way back and controlled once again by McFarland. The head now is Calhoun. Calhoun right at center ice, crossing right to left, dumps it in. Lowy back for the Valiants, under 20 seconds on Sinning's penalty. Chatham keeps it in. Under 10 on the power play now. Buck goes back behind. O'Brien pokes out, and that will do it for the penalty. The Valiants able to kill that one, as Zhu leaves it for Mency, or almost did, as Mency goes down after the collision with McFarland, as McFarland skates off, as the Cougars bring it in once again. Pass out in front, tracked down, and cleared by Manhattanville. Lopes ahead for Mency. Mency left for Pelowitz. Deflected up in the air. Just kept in by Molnar. Molnar's shot goes just wide. Coming back for Mency. Throws it in front. Pelowitz in the area, but Stracham might have actually got out her stick and poked that one free, as there were no Cougars in the vicinity who would have gotten a stick on it otherwise. As the Cougars now keeping it in, as Pelowitz plays it to the side. Tiana Lopes can't clear the zone. Peterson with it. Her shot deflected and out of play. Molnar able to block that one out of play with 16:57 left in this one. The Valiants, no stranger to late comebacks this season. The 2-2 tie against top 10 Connecticut College back on December 9th. Game courtesy of the late Zoe Pelowitz goal as James with a shot. Saved by Strachan. And she'll freeze the puck. Again, we mentioned the Connecticut College side. Pelowitz scoring with 35 seconds left in that one. So long from over is this one. Again, still just the 1-0 game. Both goalies making a number of outstanding saves tonight to keep it as low scoring as it has been. Puck comes back for DeFusco. She'll circle and throw it off the boards. Kapoor in the area, but Chatham the first to it. Luckily back for Smith. She'll leave it. Just looking for James. Cougars keeping the pressure and the puck in the zone. DeFusco tries to poke it free. Sinning able to get it ahead for James. Now back for Sinning. Sinning carries it in. Lost it for a second. Throws it wide. And she'll head as the Valiants complete the line change. Loose puck control by Stites across for O'Brien. Her slapper. Another save made by Strachan, and a swarm of Valiants go down following the play. Faceoff coming to Strachan's left. That's recording, right? That's recording, right? There should be a recording at the top. It should say recording at the top. Puck control by O'Brien. Going behind the net. A number of players go down. Frost back to her feet. Throws it in the zone. Lowy and O'Brien. Unable to clear it. Cougars keep it in the zone. Under 15 minutes to play here in this one. Cougars again. Keeping it in is Pajaka. Tried to freeze it, then tried to play it. With the whistle blows, Pajaka, the save made on the block shot. Off the face-off shot, blocked off the stick of Chung. Is in the corner, the far corner, I should say, collision between Molnar and a currently unidentifiable Cougar. Is in front. Opportunity for the Cougars. Puck comes back to Peterson. Her shot goes wide. Pass in front, intercepted by Mency. The late offsides on Chatham will allow Manhattanville opportunity to clear, but Molnar lost it off her stick. As Jones kept it in and will head to the bench for a line change. Looks like Chatham's going with some shorter shifts here, quicker line changes. When you're playing with only 20 skaters on a back-to-back, those are the things you have to think about as a coach. Jessica Newstrom in her first season, taking all things into consideration here. 13:30 to go as Mency comes away with it. Puck comes back to Ken. O'Brien in the zone. O'Brien shot. Knocked aside by Strachan. Manhattanville controls once again. One was in the area, but the puck cleared out and carried out now by Collins. Collins spun, fell down and lost her stick. Still very much with the play as the puck stuck in the corner right where Collins fell down. As Sinning comes away with it, a series of moves gives her some space. Sarah Sinning into the zone. Sinning waits, throws one in front, looking for Kent or Wilm. Puck comes back all the way to Pajaka. O'Brien plays it off the board. Peterson keeps it in. Puck now back to Janiga, looking for her second, throws one high. Might have been deflected, but the Valiants control in any case. As Frost intercepts that pass ahead. Stiles intercepts now for the Valiants. Kicks it ahead to herself, referee in the way. Much to Stiles' dismay. We have a whistle here. And a face-off upcoming.
Nothing to record.
As the bucket center ice deflected and controlled by the Cougars. Shot into Pajaka's breadbasket as some light activity after the play. 11:44 left in this one. Faceoff coming to Pajaka's right. Again, UCHC action here this afternoon. Manhattanville coming in 6-5-1 on the year, 3-2 in UCHC play following last night's win over these very Cougars who fell to 3-9-2 and 0-7 in UCHC play. But the Cougars bidding for their first win here this afternoon. 11:35 away from getting it as things stand now. That shot goes wide as the Valiants. A one and done on that rush there as the puck comes back out for Molnar. Lowy plays it off the boards. Lopes controls. Lopes throws it ahead. Able to grab her own pass off that deflection. Molnar's slapper briefly keeps it in. But the Cougars able to clear as Peterson plays it off the boards. And Pelowitz back to retrieve for Manhattanville. Under 11 minutes left. Zhu lost an edge as the Cougar lost their stick. As Pelowitz plays it ahead. Cougars now control. Black enters the blue line, threw it ahead. Pelowitz and Calhoun going at it in the near corner. Pelowitz goes down. Cougars looking to keep the pressure and the puck in the zone. But Mency comes away with it with a horde of Valiants surrounding her. Mency into the zone. Threw it for Lopes a little too far out in front. Excuse me, O'Brien. As O'Brien hustles back now as Calhoun controls and plays it in. But sitting back for the Valiants. As Sitting will start the next rush here. Briefly had it poked away, then kicked it ahead to herself as the Cougars now come away with it. Calhoun plays it in. Sitting back on defense for Manhattanville. This puck comes back for Gino, ahead for Machin. Jen Machin throws one. Sticked wide by Strachan. Stiles just avoiding a collision there as the puck goes to the near corner for DeFusco. Now it's looking to clear once again. Gino for Stiles. Stiles threw it ahead for Gino. Stiles might have lost an edge there as Pajaka freezes the puck just outside the crease. With 9:28 left here in this one. (23:15) the shot advantage as of now for Manhattanville as head coach David Turco will take a timeout here with 9:27 left in this one. Again, we mentioned before the Valiants coming in tied for 4th in UCHC play with Utica. Elmira, William Smith, and Newman all ahead of them. And for the Valiants, road series with both Elmira and William Smith, as well as a home series with Utica still to come this season. Valiants already finishing their season series with Stevenson and Lebanon Valley, and of course finishing their series today with Chatham. So the Valiants, a long 9:27 left in front of them to pick up what would be a much needed win again, with the current 1st and 2nd seeds in the UCHC left on their schedule. The William Smith series scheduled for the 27th and 28th of January. And the series with Elmira February 9th and 10th. So a long way to go for these Valiants in UCHC play this season, as the teams come back on the ice. As the Manhattanville timeout ends here. Faceoff coming to Pajaka's left. Kept in briefly by Chatham. O'Brien and Pelowitz back. Look to clear the zone here. Brendan James lost it for a second. Pass right in front of Pajaka. Went across the crease there. But from behind the net to in front of the net, thankfully for the Valiants. As Kapoor briefly lost that one. Kapoor still looking for her 40th career point following last night's hat trick. Sinning throws one for Pelowitz. Pelowitz throws one just high. I'm not sure if Strachan knew where that one was, as Strachan went low. Puck might have been deflected. Fortunate break there for the Cougars, as Janiga, today's lone goal scorer, throws one ahead and heads off, as the Cougars once again will change things up. Styes off the boards, maintains, throws it for Sinning. When off Sinning skates, Styes trying to keep it in. Cannot, though, so the puck comes all the way back to Sinning at center ice. Goes across for Molnar. Molnar throws one behind Strachan. The Cougars will control once again as the puck comes all the way back. For the icing call with 8:03 left in this one. As Mency, Lopes, Zhu, O'Brien, and Pelowitz, the 5 on the ice now for the Valiants. Mency and O'Brien 1 and 3 on the Valiants in points coming to this run. Mency with 17 on the season. O'Brien with 9. As O'Brien tracks down the puck, throws one off the boards well ahead for Zhu. Zhu leads for Lopes. Lopes throws one in front. Might have been looking for Mency that time, but the puck comes back out for the Cougars. Dump and chase effort there by Holly Ackerman. But Pelowitz controls for Manhattanville. Under 7.5 left in this one. Puck in front, briefly knocked down. Mency tried to get to it, could not. Zhu following the play does. Handed Zhu into the zone. Zhu up the left. Crosses back behind the net, now around to the right. Zhu still with it. And threw it between Lougheed and DeFusco there. Puck tracked all the way back down behind Pajaka for the Valiants. Ashley Lougheed finally brings it out. Puck played ahead now for Madison Gino. Gino tried to go 1-on-3, had it poked away to the near side. Gino will track down. But Chatham comes away with it. DeFusco can't quite keep it in. Woman Lougheed back for the Valiants as Chatham will dump once again. Puck ahead off of Gino Stick and Wilm and the entire Valiant bench looking for an interference call. Doesn't get it as Janiga's shot blocked by Molnar. Molnar with a number of block shots today. Outstanding job by the senior out of Hungary, as now we have a delayed penalty upcoming on Manhattanville. So Styes, after losing her own footing, will head to the box here with exactly 6 minutes left in this one. Chatham will once again go on the power play here. We mentioned again, both their goals last night scored on the power play. Another goal this late in the game would make this a near impossible task for Manhattanville. There's a shot there blocked by Sinning. She'll start back the other way. And a sliding play there to knock the puck free. Sending effort there by Fitzpatrick, and the shot by Mency goes in! Nicole Mency, after Strachan initially got a piece of it, the puck popped up in the air and trickled just behind Strachan, and on the shorthand, Nicole Mency ties the game. And give credit where credit's due to Sarah Sinning for starting that rush, blocking McFarland's initial shot and carrying the puck into the zone. McFarland was able to get back and briefly stop the valiant rush, but Mency follows the play and ties things up here, again on the shorthand, as Will now comes down for Manhattanville. So Manhattanville found success last night at even strength and ties things up today on the shorthand, as right in front, another goal! Ashley Lougheed looks to be the recipient of a beautiful cross-ice pass there. We'll wait the official word, but the Valiants in 52 seconds have remarkably now gone in front 2-1. Lougheed and Mency again shooting the Valiants out in front here, as the Cougars now finding themselves trailing for the first time all game. Take a timeout with 5:07. So the Valiants went 54 minutes without scoring a single goal, mostly at even strength, and 52 seconds in on the shorthand, they have quickly jumped in front on two outstanding goals. Morgan Wilm will get credit for that last beautifully executed cross-ice pass to Lougheed. And again, Mency from Sinning, the equalizer just a few seconds ago. 24 seconds officially between goals. So Lougheed picking a near perfect time for her first goal of the season. And a whole new ball game here. 2-1 Manhattanville. Just over 5 minutes to go, as Machen plays that one ahead. Valiants have scored three shorthand goals on the same shorthand opportunity before, so we'll see with 50 seconds to go if they can do it again. As Peterson throws one up at Jaka. Looks like it went off her helmet. As the puck comes back out with 40 seconds left on the Chatham power play. Though once again, the two shorthanded goals for Manhattanville have catapulted them in front here. Downs with a series of near misses early on, turning into successes in these last minute and 45 or so seconds, as 10 seconds are left on Stiles' penalty as the shot comes back to Peterson, lets one rip. Didn't quite get through traffic, might have been blocked by one of our own teammates looking to set a screen in front. As Stiles finally comes out of the box, and an icing call, despite the fact that Stiles was the only player within about 25 feet of the puck, and Abe O'Brien having a discussion with the referee now, as is head coach David Turco, who can't believe that last whistle. O'Brien continues to plead her case. Not sure what you can do about a call like that after the call has been made. But in any case, 3:48 remaining. The face-off coming at center ice here. Face-off controlled by O'Brien. She'll play it off the boards. Lopes plays it to herself, throws it in front. Straight Shan stick that one aside. Mency was in the area, looking for her second in last 2 or so minutes. Zhu on the left side. Look to leave it for Mency. Mency collides with Zhu as Zhu goes down. As McFarland clears for the Cougars. Calhoun with on the left side. Calhoun around Manhattanville defender, but a team effort there, able to clear the puck briefly for the Valiants as the Cougars immediately play it back in as we approach 3 minutes remaining in this one. Be interesting to see when Chatham might start thinking about pulling Strachan for an extra attacker. As the wraparound save made by Pijaka. Collins bidding for a goal there. As the puck deflected ahead by Calhoun, who will immediately head to the bench. Strachan a good 15 feet out in front of the crease there. Strachan now even with the face-off circles. I'm sure Coach Newstrom is thinking about any opportunity to pull her, as icing is called with 2:05 to go. Again, not sure if Strachan being just a little bit more aggressive, trying to keep as many opportunities, many offensive opportunities for the Cougars going as possible, or just trying to move a little bit closer to her bench so that when the time comes to pull her, the Cougars can save even a few seconds as the shot from Molnar gets blocked. And on the far side, played off the boards by Sinning, looking for Molnar, but the puck intercepted by Janiga. So Cougars controlling the zone once again as the backhander goes wide off the stick of Block. 100 seconds even left in this one. Sinning plays it ahead. Moore applying some pressure here, as Ken keeps it in the zone. Get off the boards to herself. Shot just over the pipe. Calhoun comes back with it as Strachan now heads to the bench, and immediately Mency with an open net as the puck goes towards end. Janiga just able to steer it away. Mency unable to keep it. Chatham now with a 6-on-5 with the open net here as we approach 1 minute remaining. Shot on Pijaka, gloved and held off the stick of Collins. So right as Strachan was heading to the bench that time, the puck wound up on Mency's stick. But for the Cougars, Janiga able to get back and keep this just a 1-goal game. with the faceoff coming at 56.4 to go to Rose Pajaka's left. Faceoff won by the Cougars, but back to Peterson. Peterson throws one in front, redirect. Manhattanville clears the zone briefly. Styes had a stick on it, but the Cougars will keep it in. 40 seconds left in this one as Styes throws one all the way down, just wide. Melissa Styes bidding for a long goal on the open net. Goal here for the Valiants would all but seal things up with 33.2 seconds to go as the faceoff comes back to Pajaka's right. Fight for the puck, controlled briefly by O'Brien. Cougars keep it in. Puck knocked aside by Kapoor. Kapoor's got a lot of speed, and she could all but ice this one. Carly Kapoor lost it off her stick, came back with it. Can't get it in. Nice defensive effort there by the Cougars. O'Brien with a slapper. That one goes wide. But regardless of that, Manhattanville with 2 third-period short-handed goals come back and earn a huge UCHC win over the Chatham Cougars here this afternoon, as Nicole Mency and Ashley Lougheed, the tying and game-winning goals respectively. Again, Lougheed's first goal of the season. Mency her 11th goal of the season, increasing her team lead. Manhattanville improves to 4-2 in the UCHC, their 4th straight UCHC victory. 7-5-1 on the season. And will enter their series against Kings next weekend in no worse than a tie for 4th after a crucial come-from-behind win over the Chatham Cougars here this afternoon. Once again, your final here from Playland Ice Casino. The Manhattanville Valiants 2, the Chatham Cougars 1. For our statistician, Steve Sheridan, and our entire crew here at GoValiants.com, I am Adam Ryder, bidding you a pleasant Saturday afternoon. Until next time, go Valiants.